So this issue of women pastors is crucial and sensitive because there are men who are allowing themselves to be used of the devil by carrying out the ordination of women pastors, people like Rick Warren and so many other pastors across Africa and so many other continents. So this is actually an attack not only to the church and family, but it is also an attack onto Christ himself and his word. My dear one, when women refuse to be under the leadership of male authority, it is indeed the picture of the church not wanting to be under the leadership of Christ's authority. You see, when the church is under the leadership of Christ, it will be in order. That is to mean if the church is not under the leadership of Christ, it will be in disorder, which 1 Corinthians 14:40 discourages us, that all things should be done decently and in order in the church of God. Now, when Paul, our own apostle, wrote concerning this particular issue of him saying that I permit not the woman to teach, it comes actually so hard onto several individuals who do not acknowledge the apostleship of Paul, thinking that in one or the other, Paul was a legalistic that would at times go for God's word, and then on the other side would actually lean back onto his former way of understanding things as far as the law is concerned. But one thing that I also want to make very clear here for you and I to fully understand is that Paul himself, when he's writing, he makes it very clear. When you study the book of Galatians 1:1, it says, and this is very common with many of these letters and how he started. He says, Paul, an apostle, not of men, neither by man, but by Jesus Christ. So remember in Acts chapter 9, Paul actually had an encounter with the risen Christ. And remember the qualifications of the apostles of the Lord, who are known as the foundational apostles. An individual has to have been appointed by the Lord, as it is also well established in the book of Matthew chapter 10, verses 1-5, which is also true with what we see in the book of Acts chapter 9, when Paul himself was appointed by the Lord. And the second qualification, one needed to have seen the resurrected Christ, of which if you study 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verses 1, Paul makes it very clear that he saw the Lord. And for sure we know that is the same man in 2 Corinthians 12 that was caught in the third heaven, being taught by the Lord himself. And that testimony actually comes back in Galatians chapter 1 verses 11, when he says, but I certify you, brethren, that the gospel which was preached of me is not after man, verses 12, for I neither received it of man, neither was I taught it,